I like the melodies. I like the energy that goes with it.
Yeah.
It fits in real nice.
Mm-hmm.
But KMC, tell me what's the process? Because I've heard tunes from back when, how many years ago to now?
Right.
And I know that you've been the main person behind most of your music. What is the process? Because there's some artists who just come and say, boy, I don't do a tune today. And just sit down and just baffle words together, record it and just throw it out there. What is KMC's process when it comes to doing a song?
The process is just a vibe,
Right.
The process is a vibe. And that vibe deep inside you. And you need to bring it out in whatever way express it. Yeah, so it always come different. The vibes always come different. Sometimes out of the thin air you get the vibe. Sometimes something you see. Sometimes something you hear. Sometimes something you experience. Sometimes something somebody experience.
Right.
And it just get the vibes and things. But with me, when I hear a song, when I get a song in my head, I just hear all the music too.
Right.
So I thank God for that blessing to being a producer. Because it didn't start off that way.
Right.
It developed into that due to the fact that sometimes some men in understanding what you want, or sometimes they're taking too long to give you the music. Things, so you end up developing that way. What now? I getting exactly what I want from my own hands.
Yeah.
Them days when I started, all I needed was an engineer.
Right.
Sitting on the computer clearing the tracks, and I building all the beats.
all the beats and thing there.
Yeah.
Now you're doing everything.
Yeah, now I'm doing everything.
But
I always like to work with other producers too. Do get it wrong, because sometimes you hear some beat out there and you say, wait, now how that man call me for that one, boy?
Yeah.
Because that one a man doing some nice thing too.
Yeah.
You understand? Good work and thing, man. Yeah. It about a youth name who I does work named Beyond.
Yeah,
Beyond about a serious passion for this thing, and I believe he could actually help it because he really love it, Yeah, and his brain does go something like mine. Just go in different places with not really normal.
And he creative too.
Yes,
Very creative. I think he was behind the last
Stage Gone Bad,
and Show Me.
One Wish.
One Wish.
Yeah.
One Wish was a
even so. Yeah, man. So it's all good.
So based on your history and your experience. If a young person who want to get involved into the soca industry, want to be a part of the music, and they walk up to you and say, KMC, what your advice, boy? What would be your advice that you will give them?
Well, that always happening, and they're always giving advice, all different type of advice. Sometimes I had to give a youth advice and tell me you had to ban your belly, according to blacks. Ban your belly. Because it's not no easy industry to come into,
Right.
It get a little more difficult. So you have to really love it, number one. And I always like to tell them to make sure you try and make some sense with what you're writing. Substance. Make sure you have some substance in your music that you want to present to the people and that. Because when I check it out, most of the men them who bust through the door big didn't bust with a normal tune.
Right. No, true.
The tune had substance in it, and then after they start to sing all kind of thing because they already have a name. You understand? So they could sing all kind of thing now. People already looking for the name when they're looking to play a song.
Right.
But trying to make a DJ remember your name. Right? So what he looking for? He looking for a name. He looking for Iowa, KMC, Marshall, Destra. Wait, you is nobody. So you have to get your name inside here. How you doing that? Your music have to be effective. You can't just come and give you out and everything what big artists done singing already.
Correct.
You have to come different.
Yeah. And that's the problem. I think that most of the younger artists coming now, they're just patching and everybody doing the same thing.
Yeah, well that's a problem. But that is how it is. And what does happen? We just have a few unique artists out of the set coming out. So that in the world of music, even to the record label, sometimes 90% of the artists that put out and really say nothing. Just 5% end up really busting through the door.
Yeah.
So it's according to what you're singing and how you're singing it and how they market the music and you understand? So as a youth man coming out in this soca business here, you understand, just focus and try and make some good sense with your music, you know.
Most importantly.
Yeah.
Now, if you are the powers that be, KMC, I know we doesn't want to really go down into that or into that space. But given all that you've seen through the years, as an artist, you've had your own discrepancies, fight down, however you call it, in terms of getting to where you have to be, making sure your music stay on the top. And I think that even though, before I even reach the question, that you still have accomplished way more than many of the artists in Trinidad and Tobago, and even the Caribbean and the region, because soca music is still a thing that we are still trying to internationally know. I don't believe that's a big player, but still trying to put soca on the market as the other genres to match up. Like imagine that Afrobeats now come out the other day and Afrobeats is on the charts.
Yeah, no,
It's
it around a while, you know, but long after soca, yeah.
Long after soca,
yeah.
You know, and you've been one of the persons, like I could say, you could almost say one of the godfathers.
Boy, we real fight for this thing, boy. We fight for it. I mean, when I mean fight, we real fight for this thing.
Yeah.
But it has some people come in this thing and they know what this thing is about, and they want to fight against people who fighting for the thing. And they start to get a little, they start to have a little power in what circle they're into, and they start to fight the people that come and think. But between me and you, I don't like to talk about them thing. I don't like to talk about fight down and thing, because fight down and thing is strengthening me.